Good Friday afternoon, YouTube. How you guys doing today? I hope you guys are safe out there and practice social distancing. So today, I wanted to tell you to talk to you guys about a Netflix series about the life of Madam C.J. Walker. Madam C.J. Walker was the first female Black American self-made entrepreneur. She gained her millions creating haircut products for Black women. And she did more than, she was also a philanthropist. Of course, like I said, entrepreneur, philanthropist. She was a political and social activist. Anyway, I've been watching the series. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm going to do a review on it. But I just wanted to talk about the series, let you guys know that there was a series on Netflix about Madam C.J. Walker, and the name of that Netflix series, like I said, once again, is Self Made. It's a limited series. In case you guys want to watch it, I've watched a couple of episodes. It's very interesting. It's very good. The way they said that the title of the video is called Self Made. They said it's inspired by the life of Madam C.J. Walker. Okay, so obviously some of it is not actually what happened to her. You know what I mean? But I liked what I've seen so far because it is actually touching on a lot of things that are going in that are relevant talking points that we are dealing with right here on YouTube right now, as well as in the Black community. There's a big thing. There's an issue between her and another woman named Annie concerning colorism, concerning the way that Black women were saw, and treated because of the hair texture or the color of their skin, as opposed to mulattoes, a lighter hued or mixed women back in the 1900s. This is a very interesting series, but I also wanted to come on in case you guys don't know anything about. I'm sure a lot of us have heard of Major C.J. Walker, but I've never really looked into her biography. I knew that she was the first Black, entrepreneur, first Black female millionaire. I knew that, but I never really delved into her life that much. And so I found a little bit on the internet about her, and she's very interesting. She did so much more than, like I said, create a flourishing, entrepreneur, a company. Do you see what I'm saying? Especially at that time, she was so much more. Like I said, she did so much for the community as well. Hey, Cloud, how you doing? And she lived quite an interesting life, and she was also born she was born of freed slaves. She was free, they called her freeborn. Her mom and her dad were slaves, but she was the child, the first child out of the five. She was the baby of the family, and she was born free, and they called her freeborn. And but some other things happened to her. Like I said, I found a biography. So I'm gonna read that to you guys real quick, and I hope that you guys will check out that Netflix series Self Made. Oh, and also Tiffany Haddish is in the series. Also, she's playing Madam C.J. Walker's daughter. And she's real good at the whole series is real good so far. And one of her husbands is Blair Underwood, and he's doing a good job in it so far too. It's just like really interesting. I'm liking what I saw. But like that's why I want to come and give you guys this quick rundown. So anyway, I also, because it is inspired by her story, some of the events are not actual events. So that is the reason why I want to read this little bit of biography that they have on Madam C.J. Walker, because I had no idea that her life had been so interesting. I honestly didn't. Like I said, I knew she was the first Black self-made female millionaire, but beyond that, I didn't know any specifics about her life. So anyway, is like I said, madams. Oh, what happened to my thing? Can y'all hear me? I think the thing is messing up. Sorry about that, guys. It's blinking out on me already. I don't know what that's about, but anyway, child. Whew. Anyway, let me go on. So I'm going to read this biography. This is the biography that I found on the internet pertaining to Madam C.J. Walker, so that you guys can go look at that docu series on Netflix called Self Made, and you'll have an idea of who it actually is that they are portraying in the movie. Okay, it says Madam C.J. Walker created specialized hair products for African American hair care, and she was one of the first African American women to become a self made millionaire. All right. It goes on to say that who was Madam C.J. Walker? Madam C.J. Walker invented a line of African American hair products after suffering from a scalp ailment that resulted in her own hair loss. She promoted her products by traveling around the country, giving lectures, demonstrations, and eventually established Madam C.J. Walker laboratories to manufacture cosmetics and train sales beauticians. I'm like, okay. Her business acumen led her to be one of the first African American women to become a self made millionaire. She was also known for her philanthropic endeavors, including a donation toward the construction of an Indianapolis YMCA in 1913. Her early life, this is a little bit about her early life. It says Walker was born Sarah Breedlove on December 23rd, 1862, on a cotton plantation near Delta, Louisiana. Her parents, Owen and Minerva, were recently freed slaves, and Sarah, who was her fifth child, was the first in her family to be born free. Wow, that is crazy, right? Minerva died. Her mom, it says her, hey Brenda, how you doing? It says her mom, Minerva, died in 1874, and Owen passed away the following year, both due to unknown causes, leaving Sarah an orphan at the age of 7. Wow. After her parents' passing, Sarah was sent to live with her sister Lavinia and her brother-in-law. And we're talking about CJ Walker, guys. If you guys are just coming in, and we're talking about the Netflix series, okay? Yeah, you guys got to check it out. Brenda said, good afternoon, Brenda. Catrice said, hi, Miss Olivia. Hello, everyone. My mom just told me to check that Netflix movie out. Yeah, yeah. Sending positive vibes to everyone. Thank you, Catrice. Klaus said, I don't know what's going on with YouTube. My avatar is being tampered with. Really? And my internet connection is shaky. I know, right? Cloud mine too. I think that it's the fact that a lot of employees are not actually in the Google offices, because I got some kind of it was something in my in the thing saying that some of the services might be a little shaky. Hey, Pandy's hair care, how you doing, Pandy? Girl, this is for you, honey. We talking about that Netflix series on Madam C.J. Walker. Anyway, hey, Nikki. Yeah, I want you guys to watch it. And like I said, I haven't seen it nothing but a couple of parts of it, but I want to let you guys know because it's really interesting what I've seen so far. They're touching on colorism and a whole lot of stuff. It's just like really interesting. Okay, so I want you guys to check it out. So anyway, I was trying to read her actual biography because a Netflix limited series is inspired by Madam C.J. Walker, but I wanted to read you guys her actual biography. To put the series, which is inspired by, which just means they added stuff on, to make the show more entertaining. And but I really like what they're doing with the colorism issue. In the first couple of parts, it's really good. And it's touching on a lot of other stuff too. You know what I mean? But anyway, let me finish. Yeah, Pandy, please. I hope you watch it. I'm liking it so far. And like I said, Sarah Breedlove was Madam C.J. Walker's real name. She was the first freeborn child of freed slaves. In 1867 is when she was born. She was born on a cotton plantation. Her mom and her dad died, after which she moved in with her sister and brother-in-law. And after that, it says the three moved to Vicksburg, Mississippi in 1877, where Sarah picked cotton and was likely employed doing household work, although no documentation exists of verifying her employment at the time. Wow, she actually picked cotton. It says at age 14, To escape both her oppressive working environment and the frequent mistreatment she endured at the hands of her brother in law, Sarah married a man named Moses McWilliams. On June 6, 1885, Sarah gave birth to a daughter, Alila. I hope I'm not butchering her name, but I'm calling her Alila. That's how I'm pronouncing it, okay? He goes on to say that when Moses, this is her first husband, when Moses died 2 years later, Sarah and Alila moved to St. Louis, where Sarah's brothers had established themselves as barbers. There, Sarah found work as a washwoman, earning $1.50 a day. Wow, enough to send her daughter to the city's public schools. She also attended public night school whenever she could. While in St. Louis, Breedlove, Madam C.J. Walker, Breedlove met her second husband, Charles J. Walker, who worked in advertising and would later help promote her hair care business. Okay, as it pertains to her hair care business, it says during the 1890s, Sarah developed a scalp disorder that caused her to lose much of her hair, and she began to experiment with both home remedies and store-bought hair care treatments in an attempt to improve her hair condition. In 1905, she was hired as a commission agent by Annie Turnbow Malone, a successful black hair care product entrepreneur. She moved to Denver, Colorado. Now, this lady, Annie Turnbow, in the Netflix series, she is this mulatto woman, right? And in a Netflix series, she helped Madam C.J. Walker's hair grow back, right? And after that, she was very disrespectful to her, talked down to her. So Madam C.J. Walker started making her own hair products. That is where the colorism issue is coming into play between this woman named Annie and her and their companies, right? They're competing in the hair care industry, right? And so the article goes on to state that that's how they're doing it in the Netflix series, by the way. But this article goes on to state they're talking about a company. It says while there, Sarah's husband Charles, her helped her create advertisements for a hair care treatment for African Americans that she was perfecting. Her husband also encouraged her to use the more recognizable name Madam C.J. Walker, by which she was thereafter known. So her hair care line was named after her husband, C.J. Walker, and he told her to, put the madam in front of it. Now, they've got a part on the Netflix series as to how they depicting her beginning to be called Madam C.J. Walker, right? And so, anyway, it goes on to state that in 1907, Walker and her husband traveled around the South and the Southeast promoting her products and giving demonstrations of her Walker method. That's what she called her, the way that she did her hair. She called it the Walker method, right? Involving her own formula for pomade, brushing, and the use of a heated comb. And we call hot combs down south, we call them straightening combs, okay? That's what we call them. Okay. Who them straightening combs gave me childhood trauma. But anyway, in Indianapolis, the company not only manufactured cosmetics, I didn't know she did cosmetics, y'all. I really didn't know. The company not only manufactured cosmetics, but also trained sales beauticians. The agents were called these Walker agents, became well known throughout the black communities of the United States. In turn, they promoted Walker's philosophy of quote cleanliness and loveliness as a means of advancing the status of African Americans. A relentless in It goes on to say that Madam C.J. Walker was a relentless innovator. Walker organized clubs and conventions for her representatives. Wow, which recognized not only successful sales but also philanthropic and educational efforts among African Americans. That is awesome, right? It goes on to state that, okay, so this is something about her Harlem years, okay? So it says that in 1913, Walker and Charles divorced. Okay, her and uh, the man that her company is named after, her second husband. It says in 1913, C.J. Walker and her husband Charles divorced, and she traveled throughout Latin America and the Caribbean, promoting her business and recruiting others to teach her hair care methods. Wow. Wow. While her mother traveled, Leela, the daughter, helped facilitate the purchase of property in Harlem, New York, recognizing that the area would be an important base for future business operations. In 1916, upon returning from her travels, Walker moved to her new townhouse in Harlem. Wow. From there, she would continue to operate her business while leaving the day-to-day operations of the factory in Annapolis to its forelady. Walker quickly immersed herself in the social and political culture of the Harlem Renaissance. I had no idea that she was active in the Harlem Renaissance, right? It says emotional social culture and Harlem. She she founded philanthropies that included educational scholarships and donations to homes for the elderly. Wow, the NAACP and the National Conference on Lynching, among other organizations on improving the lives of African Americans. She also donated the largest amount of money by an African American toward the construction of an Indianapolis YMCA in 1913. Wow. And it's got something about her house that she loved so much, right? It says in 1918 at Irvington on Hudson, about 20 miles north of New York City in the Hudson Valley, Walker built an Italianate mansion. Italianate, that's what it says, y'all. Italianic? I don't know. Italian mansion she called Villa Lawaro. Villa Lawaro. Y'all gotta excuse me, I am butchering these words. Okay, but I'm doing the best I can do, child. Okay. Ooh, child. Anyway, it goes on to say that it was designed by Vertner Tandy, an accomplished African American architect. Okay, so her home that she loved that she had built from the ground up was designed by an African American architect. That's cool. Villa Luaro was a gathering place for many luminaries of the Harlem Renaissance and is designated a National Historic Landmark in 1976. So her home is now in 1976 and up until today, I'm assuming it was designated a historic national landmark. That is awesome, right? Wow. Okay, so now this little part they're talking about her death. It says Walker died of hypertension, high blood pressure, y'all, on May 25th, 1919, at the age of 51. Wow, at her home, Villa Nuoro. In 1981, the Madam C.J. Walker Manufacturing Company ceased operations. A line of cosmetics and hair care products bearing the name Madam C.J. Walker Beauty Culture is available at Sephora retailers. I didn't know they still sold her products at Sephora. I didn't know that. Wonder who owns the company now. Walker left one third of her estate to her daughter, who would also become well known as an important part of the Harlem Renaissance, and a remainder of various charities. Walker's funeral took place at her home, Villa Lawaro, and she was buried at Woodlawn Cemetery in the Bronx, New York. Her legacy says in 1927, the Walker Building, an art center that Walker had begun work on before her death, was opened in Indianapolis, an important African American cultural center for decades. It is now registered national historic. It's now registered a national historic landmark. It was done so in 1998. The United States Postal Service issued a stamp of Walker as a part of his Black Heritage series. Now, I'm sure we've all seen the Madam C.J. Walker stamps. You know what I mean? Postage stamps. And it says they've got a quote from her down here that states. Let me get back to it. I'm sorry, I skipped it. One of her favorite quotes was she said, quote, I want the great masses of my people to take a greater pride in their personal appearance and to give their hair proper attention. That was awesome. That was awesome. And once again, just a couple of quick facts. You know, she was the first African American female self-made millionaire. Her parents were recently freed slaves. She had a scalp disorder that led to her hair loss. That is what made her start making hair products in her home. She opened a beauty school. She created her own pomade formula, and she built her home. And she was also a philanthropist. She gave away educational scholarships, donated to buildings, and a whole lot of other stuff. I had no idea that she was so accomplished because until today, I never really looked in depth into her life, other than knowing that she was the first black female millionaire in the United States. You know what I mean? And she was designated the first African American millionaire in 1905. Wow. Wow. Sir Breedlove, Madam C.J. Walker. I hope you guys watched that. Go back and like I said, there is a Netflix limited series on the life the series is inspired by the life of Madam C.J. Walker, aka Sir Breedlove, and her fight to become the first African American female millionaire, self-made millionaire. And I want to let you guys know about that. And so I wanted to hop on here and give you guys a little brief biography, because I didn't know anything that I had read about her. I've never really, honestly, never delved too much into her story. So therefore, I had no idea. But when I saw the Netflix series today, I knew that it was going to be good. Anytime they want to make something concerning our people, I at least try to check it out. And so far, from what I've seen in the series, they're doing a pretty good job. You know what I mean? Like, I really like it. I don't know if you guys are even getting notifications or not. I didn't even hear my notification bell go off. YouTube is acting funny right now for a whole lot of reasons. Because they're not full staff, like they're working from home, and I guess what they can do is limited, honey. But anyway, I really want to bring this to you guys in case you wanted something to watch over the weekend. There's so much stuff going on in the world right now because we know we have been consumed by COVID and had to stay safe. I figured since a lot of people were sheltered in place, it'd be something fun to watch. And so anyway, I want to bring that to you guys instead of bringing gloom and doom. Seeing this has Friday, they got a lot of good series. If you guys are into the occult thing, I don't know if any of you guys have seen this on Netflix. There's this series called a season of Aries or Eros. It's called the name the how you spell it is Ares. That's a very interesting little show that they got, and you guys ought to check it out. It's good too. I watched that whole thing. It's a lot of stuff they got. I've been Netflixing and eating. Okay, that's what I've been doing. Netflixing and eating, catching up on my shows, because I haven't been outside. All right, and so yeah. Oh, you got my notification? Thank you for letting me know, Tandy, because I didn't even pop out. Child, I didn't get my own notification. You're welcome, Brenda. And thank you guys so much for joining me. You know what I mean? I hope you guys all look at this. Like I said, the first couple of episodes are really good. They are really good. It's kind of sad, but then, it starts getting better and better, and it's really well done so far. It really is. I liked the fact of the way that they're touching on the colorism thing. I was kind of pissed off at that Annie chick, but it is what it is. When y'all look at the series, y'all gonna see what I'm saying. Cause I'm thinking, girl, you need to get your whole life together. But anyway, I ain't gonna give away no spoilers. Y'all just gonna have to go check it out for yourself, and you will like it. Now, when I get to watching the whole limited series, I'm probably gonna come back and do a review of it. And like I said, as it stands right now, I just saw a couple of shows of it, but I do want to come back and do kind of like a review slash synopsis of what I saw. And it said it was inspired by, so what I mean. I don't know how much of it is real and how much it is factual, but as it pertains to how she set up and started her company, all of that is factual. You know what I mean? And so yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna get off here, guys. Thank you guys for stopping by. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Do you see what I'm saying? Try not to worry about all of this crazy stuff that is going on because God is good. We know that He is gonna protect us at the end of the day. He got the final word, not the coronavirus, but faith without works is death, and we have to do our part just like He's doing His part. to stay safe. Do you see what I'm saying? And I was hoping you'll come back and talk about. Yeah, after I watched the whole thing, I ain't got nothing else to do, Brenda. After I watched the whole thing, I'll probably come back, whenever it is that I finish watching it. I can't never sit down and watch. It take me a minute because I'll be having to do other stuff in the meantime. But I'm gonna finish watching it, and I'll probably come back and try to do a review of it. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, Klaus said I was familiar with Madam C.J. Walker, but I didn't know she was part of the Hall. No, I didn't either, Klaus. I didn't know that, she was first freeborn in her family. I didn't know that her parents were born slaves. I didn't know she was orphaned. I didn't know any of that. Yeah, you have to check it out, Klaus. Yeah, I didn't know either. Thank you, Pandy. Thank you, Brenda. See you next time too. Hey Val, New Beginnings, how you doing? But anyway, I hope you guys check that out. Like I said, the name of the Netflix limited series is Self Made. Octavia Spencer is playing Madam C.J. Walker, aka Sarah Breedlove. Yeah, it's very interesting. The first, even the first one of the series, they cut them up in hours, I guess, right? So the first hour is really good. I've gotten through the first hour and half of the second hour, and I was like, you know what? Let me hop on here and let these folks know this is on Netflix in case they don't know. Because, like I said, anytime, they do something concerning our people, I want to at least take a look at it. You know what I mean? Because we don't always get to see, shows about us. You know what I mean? Especially something like this. You know what I mean? And so it's really good, like I said, what I've seen so far. Anyway, hey, Heaven Sent, I don't know who that is. I don't know if it's a troll, but they acting right, so I ain't gonna block them. But anyway, I love you guys. I'm gonna get off of here. Once again, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Try not to worry about all of this COVID going on. Y'all stay safe. Like I said, we serve a great mighty God. He got the last say. Hey, K Summers, and faith without works is death. So just like he doing his part to protect us, we got to do our part to protect us. And that way, you have a nice weekend too, K. Nice to see you. And yeah, I'm gonna get off here, guys. Y'all go look at that Netflix series. Okay, I'm gonna come back and do a review on it. I'm gonna get off of here. You know what I mean? And I figure it's the weekend, and I can take time out from stressing out about COVID, cause COVID ain't stressing out about me. Okay, I'm gonna talk to you guys later. I love you guys. Okay, stay safe out there. You know what I mean? Just do whatever you can do. But if you're in the house this weekend, your Netflix, something that you can watch on Netflix is this self-made. Like I'm saying, I think you're gonna enjoy it because I'm enjoying it. I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Have a nice weekend. Bye bye, and thank you guys so much for joining me. Peace.